Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, this is a very different video I'm going to be doing for you today, but it's the road to 40, isn't it? So, we have to have a little bit of different content besides the episodes coming out. So today, I thought I would discuss a little something that I've been wanting to discuss for a while, and it is probably the, shall I say, what I've heard is the creepiest Thomas story to date. This episode I haven't seen for a while, actually, so this is going to be, consider this like a reaction to a story that I've seen a couple of months ago for the first time, because I got shared it, because my friends were sending me over ideas for Halloween stories, so I thought, it's the road to 40, I might as well see how people enjoy me doing a reaction video, or a re-reaction. But if any of you guys do have any Thomas content you want me to react to as well, then go for it and send it over, and I'll try my best to get to it. If I haven't seen it, of course, that is. I'm only doing this as a re-reaction because I want to see if this episode still scares me after many months since watching it. But before I do go into the half engine, like to the reaction of this anyway, I want to say this story I think is probably, from what I remember anyway, is probably the creepiest thing to come out of the Thomas fandom. I'd actually even say ever, because I think Shed 17 was just gory for the sake of being gory, and was just made me feel more sick than anything, I probably should say, rather than actually feeling scared. So we'll see how this happens, and I'm also going to be brave and do this by reacting to watching this episode on my TV rather than watching this on an iPad screen or on a laptop where I could just minimize the screen when it gets to the scary bit. So if I'm awake all night, yes, no why. But enough jabbering, and let's get to the reaction. Right, here we go, guys. Also, just FYI, just so you can watch along as well, the video will be shown up in the top corner as well, so you can watch along with me as well. So consider this a kind of a watch party to as a reaction. So FYI, and I'm going to be not stupid and watch this with the lights off when I've got no one at home and the refrigerator's been creaking the last hour, so the lights are staying on so I know what's moving when I'm in the house alone. But anyway, let's do this. Okay? Enjoy. Probably me being an absolute twat and just jumping every 5 seconds. Here we go. Disclaimer. Whilst this video uses characters commonly associated with younger audiences, the following video contains content that is not suitable for a younger audience. If you are under 13, please do not watch this video. Some viewers may also find this video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. In other words, if you're a chicken, back the fuck out now. I'm not gonna lie, the intro kind of gives off the Stranger Things feel with like just the red and black, or that might just be me being stupid. Hey Murdoch.
It was a cool autumn evening on the island of Sodor.
Oh yeah, it's Jonathan Ashima narrates this.
The engines had been working hard all day and were looking forward to a good night's rest at the shed. Everyone that was, except James.
How long am I going to be kept waiting? At this rate, the sun will be down by the time we reach Edward's station.
Don't worry, James. I'm sure we'll be back home in no time at all. Just have a little patience.
Oh, I hope so. I hear there's going to be fog this evening. I shouldn't like to get lost in it.
Every spooky Thomas story has to have fog. Already, I'm getting a kind of season 6 feel to this. I'm not gonna lie, I know spooky stories were the best in the 5th season, but lighting and design aesthetics give me the 6th series.
Unfortunately for James, the fog came down thick as he made his way down the line. It was so thick that James's lamp had a hard time shining through it.
If someone knows who did the soundtrack for this, please let me know, because I'd love to find out.
Driver, I can't see a thing.
Neither can I, but we'll have to carry on.
Carry on? Carry on? I think someone must have misslipped how they speak it when they did that. And I just proved my point by that's what I just did. So ignore that.
Because the fog was so thick, neither James nor his crew realised that an old set of points had redirected them onto an old line that ran deep into the woods.
Oh, bother. What stupid thing points are? I don't even recognise this line.
Calm down, James. We'll just go back and let the signalman know about the points.
Good. Honestly, why doesn't the fat controller just get rid of these disused?
Oh, heck. Just bracing myself.
This.
James, you're not Bubba. Stop shaking.
James? Is everything alright?
Holy. No, guys, actually, look at the back. Look at the back.
What kind of sickening man would scrap an engine like
When
that?
you go back and watch us, look in the back.
No
behind that.
idea.
I don't want to find out.
Absolutely not.
Get me out of here!
Yeah, James, I'm the same. Get the f out of here. No.
At the sheds, all
Oh,
the
I'm
other
not ready for
engines
this.
were settling in for the night. Except Thomas, who was worried about James.
Where's James? He's usually here by now.
I didn't know you were Thomas.
I wouldn't worry too much about it, Thomas. He must have been held up by a signal.
Alright, you getting in the big
I'm sure he'll be here in no time at all. Ah, speak of the devil.
There you are, James. We were just talking about you. How was your day?
James, are you all right? James said nothing as he backed down into his berth.
Again, this
He was
soundtrack.
unusually quiet and looked very pale.
I love this soundtrack already.
If I didn't know better, which is quite rare, I'd say that poor little James has seen a ghost.
Well, I did see something.
What is it? Oh, the scary Jack Frost come back to pay you a visit?
Eh,
I saw a scrap engine.
That's it? I understand it is rather distressing to see those poor souls, but you've seen them hundreds of times, James, and never once have you looked this disturbed.
This one was different.
How so, James?
Not the creepy kids in the
It was cut
background
in
singing,
half.
no.
Clean through the
Stop
middle
that.
without a fault at all. Its other half was nowhere to be found. It wasn't like anything I'd ever seen before.
All the other engines were very disturbed by what James had said. Even Gordon, who was now regretting teasing James.
James, you must have seen a victim of the half engine.
Are you serious right now, Thomas? I am in no mood for your teasing tonight.
I'm not teasing. I know why that engine is like that.
Go on then, Thomas. Tell us.
Flashback.
Well, many years ago, before the Fat Controller's Railway was the Fat Controller's Railway, there were several engines that were brought in to help run and maintain the railway. I was one of these engines, along with several others. However, there was one that was different. Something horrible went wrong during her construction, for she only had half of her face, the other half being her smokebox door. We could hardly understand what she was trying to say. Maintenance on her was a nightmare to watch or listen to, and through all of this, she was in immense, excruciating pain. Her cries and pleas for the pain to go away were so horrid that me and the other engines could hardly stomach it. But the nastiest of us, and even some of the crews, found it a great joke. This would all boil up inside of her, and one day she changed for the worst. She became much more aggressive, snapping at anyone who she came across, even to those who felt pity for her. And to make things worse, at night, she travelled out of the sheds and down a heavily forested line. And when she returned, she would do nothing but talk about how we and the whole railway would perish in her garbled, barely identifiable speech. Some of us, myself included, believed she had been driven mad by all the pain she was enduring, seeking any way to be rid of her deformity. Eventually, the Fat Director had had enough. He ordered another engine to take her away to be cut up for scrap. At that same time, me and another engine were heading back home. As we made our way down the line, we could see smoke and the sounds of multiple fire engines. We rushed to see what had happened. And it's a sight I'll never forget.
Holy hell. How is he still alive? That's the more
We never
terrifying
saw
part of
her
that.
again after
Jeez
that day.
Louise.
But we heard rumours from the workmen about noises in the forest on foggy nights. They all told us the same thing. It sounded like someone screaming in pain.
Potential idea for a sequel.
And now, it seems her spirit is still around.
What rubbish! Do you all truly believe in little Thomas's
Of course
story?
Gordon would disagree.
James, what you saw may not have been as strange as you think. The fog could have simply been playing tricks on you.
Gordon, I'm serious. The Hearth engine is all too real.
Of course she is. Just like every other tall tale we've heard here before. Honestly, when will you grow up and stop telling such ridiculous stories?
And with that, Gordon backed down into
Karma's
his
a
bed
bitch, Gordon, and I
and went
think
to
you're
sleep.
about to get it.
The other engines followed suit, but some found it hard to sleep that night in fear that the Hearth engine was around.
Oh.
The next night, Gordon was returning home with some empty cages off his last train of the day. Once again, the fog came down, much thicker than the night before.
Loving the soundtrack here.
But Gordon pressed on,
Somebody sent
and
me this
although he
guy's
didn't believe in the
Twitter
Hearth
handle or whatever.
engine,
If anyone knows
Thomas's
the
story still
soundtrack for
ran
this,
through his mind.
I have to speak to them.
Little Thomas was right. What if there really is a... Oh, stop! Get a hold of yourself, Gordon. That Thomas was just playing a trick. He's always been that way.
Oh, was he?
Just then, he saw a red signal up ahead. Gordon slowly came to a stop. He was very confused, as were his crew.
That's odd. No Arctic trains should be passing through at this time.
Do you think something's wrong?
I think so. Grab some flashlights. I'll go and get the guard.
Soon, Gordon's crew, along with the guard, were ready to go find out what the problem was.
Gordon's kind of slightly off, or is that just my
Gordon's
thought?
driver spoke to him.
We'll be gone for a little bit, Gordon. We're heading up to the nearest signal box. See
No,
what's wrong.
guys, have you never seen a horror movie?
You can't be serious.
It's
You
always the guy who
expect me
gets
to
left
sit
alone
here in the
who's left
fog
to
in the
die.
middle of the main
you
line
never
until
seen
you
the
get
movie?
back?
Yes, that's what we'd expect you to do.
Sorry, Gordon, but there could be danger ahead, and we wouldn't want you getting into an accident. We've left behind some red oil lamps, so you won't have to worry about anyone crashing into you. We'll try to be as quick as we can, okay?
All right, be quick about it.
And the crew of the year
I
award
just
goes
don't want to be left out in the cold any longer than I have to.
I feel like I'm just being dead nitpicky with the way people pronounce legs in this, so I'm sorry for this.
As time passed, Gordon began to feel more and more uneasy. The fog gave everything a creepy look, and it didn't help that Thomas's story had crept back into his mind.
All right, Gordon, take it easy. Your crew will be back soon. You'll be on your way again, and before you know it, you'll be back in your nice warm... Ah! Stupid bird! Go away! You're losing it, Gordon.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The fog and that stupid story are just getting to your smoke box. There's no such thing as the half engine. There's no such thing as the half engine. There's no such... Hello? Whoever that is, this isn't funny. Knock it off.
Ooh, fuck that face. No.
Gordon? Gordon? Gordon!
Oh, he's alive.
Are you alright? What happened?
Half engine. Thomas was right.
Wait.
Now, how on earth did this happen?
Gordon? Can you tell us? What's
He's
this
put in
about
the late
a
night
half
train.
engine?
It's
What?
nothing. Nothing at all.
Alright, if you say so. We'll leave the
Glad
coaches
there's no people
behind
in there.
and phone for
Jeez
help at the
Louise.
next signal box.
Or this story would have taken a real turn. Jeez Louise.
Gordon soon returned to the sheds, still shaken over what he had seen. He said nothing as he backed down into his berth. But Thomas could tell that something was wrong.
You saw her, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I did warn you, Gordon. I guess you can consider yourself lucky tonight. No one ever comes back from an encounter with her.
Not the kids. Not the kids again.
Gordon stayed up for a while that night. He was still deeply disturbed over what he had seen. If there was one thing he could be thankful for, however, it would be that the half engine didn't claim him as her newest victim.
Okay. We're good. Ha. NCO Pictures. Very well done to all these guys. Very well done to all these guys. Let's see if I was right with the cast. Because I know Jonathan was the narrator. Oh, and Edward as well. Oh, I didn't recognise him as Edward. Hey, that's my boy. Phantasm's dress, nice. Oh, Kiwi Conductor is James. Oh, nice. Noodle Studios. Okay. Don't know this guy, but I might check him out. Models by Sardine Industries. Who done the music for this? So that's where it originated from. I see. Sodori Modeler. If someone can release that model, I would love to use forever. Is that it? Yes, that's it. Right. Nope. Well then. Well then, that's all I can say, I suppose, is just well then. That is, no matter how many times I'll probably see this after this reaction. Bloody hell, that story still gives me the heebie-jeebies. But that fucking owl, though. That damn owl, every time. No, honestly. It, just, yeah. I'm probably going to have a good laugh at that, watching that back when I'm editing this reaction. But, no. The Boogie Boy, you did a stellar adaptation. And the fact that the majority of the cast in that was British as well, really, actually makes me wonder, is he a British YouTuber as well? Or is he just an American YouTuber who, like, casts more of the British fandom rather than the American? Because, honestly, if that's the case, then very well done. But I just want to know who did the music, because the score in that episode was so good. Honestly, it was so good. And especially like the sort of like the heartbeats for whenever it was like either the tense moments when we was meeting the half engine to like sort of the tense heart drums during the start of the episode. Yeah, honestly, really good work. And like I've never noticed certain bits of the soundtrack as well, because my laptop is normally quite quiet when I'm watching YouTube for some odd reason. So I kind of miss out some of the bits of the soundtrack and I only hear the narration. So getting to hear the sounds now watching it via the TV, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Casting in that, absolutely stellar. I cannot fault anyone. Although I was being nitpicky with the way some people said lines, it was not me digging at anyone for acting-wise, because every single actor in that piece, absolutely perfect. Like, over-pronunciation for some words, like Kyrion, or half to. That's not me, that is not me being bitchy or nothing towards it, but honestly, you guys still did amazingly regardless. Because doing episode lengths that are like 18 minutes long where you have to do a lot of lines, I do that myself sometimes, because heck, when I did a Friend in Need last year, I ended up saying Ned was cheerfully clearing rocks instead of cheerfully. But I sort of got tongue-tied when I was trying to read the line, and I don't know why. But that is completely different. The half engine is still, I'm going to say, probably the best scary story to come out of the Thomas fandom, I will say, ever. It's horror, but it's horror where it's the point where they're not just throwing blood and guts around just to be like, oh, it's a horror, we have to have blood, people getting sawed in half, cut their heads off, see them rolling around the thing, screaming every 5 minutes. This is the kind of horror you want for a Thomas special. Couple of jump scares, a couple of moments where it just gets so tense, where you're just like, where you actually, because I did feel goosebumps a few times during that whole thing. The balance of audio and visual in this as well, like for certain moments, like with the shed as well, particularly when you were balancing out the score with the dialogue, and you had that just the couple of moments from the strings and the oboes and the clarinets coming in, just with like little incidental bits, and it's just to give off that spooky feel. Worked really nicely. Visually as well, the scene in the forest at the start when James found the half engine, if you look in the background when you see the half scrapped engine, you will see the funnel of the half engine. When you finish watching this reaction, go back and watch the actual video and you will see just the small funnel of the half, you will see at least the funnel of the half engine. And that's what I like about this story, is that they sneak her into different parts of the story so you know that she's there, even though you can't see her, or you think you can't see her. But storytelling-wise, NCO Pictures, you honestly did a stellar story with this. Was this narrow gauge originally? Because I think this was a narrow gauge story, but if it was NCO did the script for this, like to movie style it up a bit, I'll say well done, because you certainly did, and I do love the fact that you've done it, styled the visuals anyway, or styled the video itself as like a sort of like a short film, rather than doing it as like the 21:9 framing for the episode, rather than doing just the 16:9 as if it was a TV episode. One thing I will say is the balancing of the color grading for the nighttime stuff. Because when you were doing it, it's like you balanced out the fog and that well with the engines. And I do actually want to ask, was the fog a green screen layer, or can you actually get fog implements in trains as well? Because I was kind of like struggling to tell halfway through, was that a green screen element or was that an actual feature you can get in trains, like you can get with Roblox and all that? But honestly, writing as well as the casting. What else do I need to talk about as well? Yes. The story of the half engine. I will be honest, Thomas's story, when he was describing her life, I actually almost started crying because I forgot how sad her actual story is, because it's like, you can find it hard to believe that the fact that, like, how was she even allowed to be kept alive as well? Like, if you think about it, she'd just been so badly designed when she was getting constructed that the fact that she pretty much couldn't talk and pretty much was just struggling, and I was just like, why would you want to be alive like that? Like, just in pain all the time. Surely they could have fixed her in some way. Like, honestly, like, no, I just don't get it. It's just, she was in so much pain, and yet I'm gonna start crying again myself in a minute. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, but honestly, just the story was just so sad. It was like, because you could regard this as like, it's a horror story, but people go like, oh, horror stories shouldn't make you cry. It ruins the mood. I'm like, no, that's what they're supposed to make you feel, because like, you can have some horror villains where you're like, you feel no sympathy at all for their backstory, but this one is one of those rare times where you can actually feel a bit of sympathy for the antagonist of the story, because like, it wasn't her fault that she was made with only half a face. But the fact that it was not just engines who were cruel to her, the fact that it was crews as well, like, what was the need? Like, honestly, like, just because she's different doesn't mean you can make fun of her. Like if you saw my face during that whole bit, I was like, I'm gonna fucking swing for somebody in a minute. But no. What else? I think that's actually all I want to talk about, really. Like, writing on point, casting on point, score, find me the musician who done all that amazing work. And yeah, Boogie Boy, you better keep releasing content at that level, because literally you've set the bar for yourself now, buddy, with that content. And the fact that that's just out, I can't speak. The fact that that's a year old as well now, or maybe even 2 years, I don't know, was this released 2022, 23? Potentially? I cannot remember. I know, he had a different thing last Halloween, so it must have been 2022. So, yeah. Now, thank you so much for watching this, guys. If you enjoyed this reaction, please let me know what else you want me to react to Thomas-wise, because I would love to put some more Thomas reactions on here the closer we get to the anniversary, because I feel this is going to be the year where we get good Thomas content as well. And honestly, it keeps me alive and keeping discovering more good elements out of the fandom. So yeah, I do have something in mind that I might do next, but I'm not going to tell you until this goes out, because I want to see how well this reaction goes down, and if it does go down well, I'll carry on with a few more. But thank you so much, guys, and don't forget, the next Thomas episode to be released for Thomas Reborn, as in the mini-series for Road to 40, is due out on the 27th of March, where we pay a little homage to Andrew Lloyd Webber's Starlight Express. So, we'll see you on the 27th of March, guys. Bye! And, sorry Andrew, I'm stealing your catchphrase, and keep on checking.